I have come across that there's a lot of, resistance against the beginning of the process. And I truly believe it's only because so much of the industry, the mental health industry, is, a pro-pharmaceutical approach. So, what do? You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, how have you come across this similar thing that people who are trying to get off, they don't have help from not only their doctors, but their family as well?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I just want to touch the point that like this whole thing, like, don't be ashamed of your meds, and which I don't think people should be, but also they should also realize that is big pharma propaganda to like keep you in that loop of, don't be so it's a slogan, the same slogan that kind of advertise neurotransmitter imbalance.
Yes.
It's very similar propaganda. So it's like good to be aware of that.
Yes.
At the same time, people should never feel ashamed of any choice that they're making to try to survive.
Right.
So if you're trying to survive, you're making a choice. I really don't care if what it is, you're doing your best, because ideally you wouldn't have to be in that situation.
Right.
And I think there needs to be more of this compassion of like, if you're taking a natural approach or if you take a pharmaceutical approach, your story matters. You're still going through a hard time. Like you are you're like, whatever you're going through is valid, and we see you for who you are, and there's no shaming here. Unfortunately, especially the pandemic, people get really polarized about, if you're not doing this thing, then that means that you're absolutely crazy. And and it gets into even a political discourse. But I guess I've come across that in my life, especially because when we started Taper, you might feel withdrawal, which means that you will get worse before you get better. In which case people will doubt you, and you're going to start doubting yourself. They're going to look at you and saying, why are you doing this against you? Didn't you doctor, psychiatrist say, you MD, your quote unquote real doctors are telling you that you should stay, and you're following maybe a naturopath or a functional medicine specialist or an integrative psychiatrist. And they're like, this is not the norm. So I'm scared for you. Right. I got a lot of that. I had people living in my house. I had that were like that relationships. And it took when you're going through Taper and you have people in your life doubting you, it's, I'm there with you, because that happened to me. And I think that happens to most people. They don't want to see you suffer. And it comes a lot of time from a place of caring. In my journey, I had to get away from those relationships. So I had to either establish a boundary, or what happened was ending the relationships altogether. And then I was able to, through time, find the people that supported me. And that's why I created that support group. So people know they're not alone. And even to share the stories of like, my husband, my mom, like they're all doubting me so much. Tell me I'm not crazy for doing this, right? Like, tell me that I'm not alone. And that's how that group came to fruition. But it's there, and I don't think that people should be ashamed for any choice they do when it comes to their health. As long as they have all the information, like the information they need to make a good choice for themselves.
Right. Well, that's one of the pushes why we both agree that there should be informed consent, because unfortunately they're not given the full picture.